Elena had never imagined herself married to a billionaire, especially not one as enigmatic and detached as Adrian Blackwell. Adrian, the epitome of success, had built walls so high around his heart that even Elena, his wife, felt more like a stranger than a partner. It started on a rainy Thursday evening when Elena decided to surprise Adrian with a gift, a rare vintage watch she knew he'd been eyeing. She placed it carefully on his home office desk with a note, "To the man who has everything but still steals my heart every day. E." Adrian, however, misunderstood the gesture, seeing it as an intrusion into his strictly organized life. "Elena, I don't need you to buy my affection," he said coldly, not even looking at her. "But Adrian, I thought," she started. "I don't have time for this," he cut her off, returning to his work. Elena left the room, feeling foolish and small. Tears pricked at her eyes, not just from the rejection, but from the realization of how distant they had become. 2 weeks later, Adrian was preparing for a crucial business trip to Tokyo. Elena, on a whim fueled by a desire to bridge the gap between them, suggested she join him. To her surprise, he agreed. In Tokyo, amidst the whirlwind of meetings and dinners, something shifted. Forced to work closely, they began to laugh together, sharing inside jokes and stolen glances. One evening, after a particularly successful meeting, Adrian took Elena's hand, leading her to a private dinner overlooking the city. "Elena, this trip wouldn't have been the same without you," he admitted, his usual cool demeanor replaced by something warmer, more vulnerable. Elena smiled, feeling a glimmer of hope. "Adrian, I just want us to be real with each other, to share more than just a name." Adrian looked away, a storm of emotions crossing his face. "I'm afraid of letting anyone in," he confessed, his voice barely a whisper. Elena decided to take matters into her own hands. She enlisted the help of Adrian's secretary to organize a surprise romantic scavenger hunt, leading Adrian through a series of clues around their mansion, each more cringe-inducing than the last. The final clue led him to the garden, where Elena awaited, dressed in an overly dramatic gown, standing beside a banner that read, "Will you rediscover love with me?" Adrian couldn't help but laugh, the absurdity of the situation breaking through his reserve. "Elena, this is ridiculous," he said, pulling her into his arms. "I know, but I had to do something. I can't stand feeling like we're miles apart when we're in the same room," she replied, her voice muffled against his chest. In that moment, surrounded by their extravagant, cringeworthy setup, they found a connection they hadn't realized was missing.